Hey there everyone. Last time there was topic in coordinate geometry which I forgot to teach. It is called perpendicular lines. Now then, what are perpendicular lines? Let me show you. Two lines that intersect each other 90 degrees is known as a perpendicular line. Basically, if you see this is line 1 and this is line 2, and both of them are making an angle of 90 degrees between them. They are now known as perpendicular lines. Basically, you can say line 1 is perpendicular to line 2, or vice versa, that line 2 is perpendicular to line 1. Now then, what relationship can be found between these both? You can say that the gradient of line 1 can be written as m1 and the gradient of line 2 can be written as m2. Now we can infer that m1 into m2 is equals to minus 1. Basically, what we are saying is that the gradient of perpendicular lines are a negative inverse of each other. So if I ever want to find the gradient of line 2 and I have the gradient of line 1, what I can do is use the gradient of line 1, plug it in this equation, and thus I can now find the gradient of line 2. Okay, here we have a question from the year 2019, May June, paper 13, question 7. Now then, let us see what this question is asking us. The question is saying that the coordinates of 2 points A and B are 1, 3 and 9, minus 1. We need to remember this respectively, and D is the midpoint of AB. This means that D is, if I draw a straight line which is AB, D is the midpoint of this line AB. Now then, it says a point C has coordinates xy. Alright, fine, it has not told us the xy. Now then, it is saying us state the coordinates of D. Pretty simple, as we just discussed that D is the midpoint of A and B. So what we can do is use the midpoint formula and find the coordinates of D. So I can say m equals to x1 plus x2 over 2, y1 plus y2 over 2. Now then, let's say that 1, 3 is x1, y1, and 9 minus 1 is x2, y2. Alright, let's plug it in the equation. M is equals to x1 is 1, x2 is 9 over 2, and y1 is 3, y2 is minus 1 over 2. Now then, m1 is equals to 10 over 2, 3 minus 1 is 2, which is 2 over 2. So then, this becomes 5, 1. Therefore, the coordinates of D are 5, 1. See, pretty simple. We just use the midpoint formula to find the coordinates of D because it told us that D is the midpoint of AB. Now then, let's move on to part 2. It says CD square is 20. Now then, what does this mean? It says CD square is 20. Basically, let's say C was here, alright? Let's say C was here. And now if I draw a line from D to C, it would be something like this, right? Now it is telling us that if you find the distance between C and D, and then you square the distance, you will get 20. So it is saying us that you have to use the distance formula to find the answer of this question, because it is saying that CD square is 20. Basically CD is the distance, and now when they squared the distance, it came out as 20. Alright, now we can just use the distance formula to find an equation in x and y. It will come out because we have xy coordinates. We'll see. Now then, let us do this here. So we know that CD square is equals to 20. How about I first write the distance formula? Alright, I can write the distance formula as D equals to under root x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. And now I can write this as CD, and let us plug in the x2, x1, y2, y1 values. Now then, I can say that the coordinates of D, which we just found with that were 5, 1, can be x2, y2. Alright, and then the coordinates of C can be x1 and y1. Now then, let us plug these in the equation. x2 is 5, x1 is x, y2 is 1, y1 is y squared. Now then, we know that if I replace this 20 here, this whole area needs to be squared, right? So basically we will square both sides. Always know that if we square one side, you have to square both sides. Now then, we know that this has now turned into CD square, so I can just in place of this write 20, and this 2 will cut the under root, so this will come out as 5 minus x square plus 1 minus y square. See, it told us to write an equation in x and y, and we have just found an equation in x and y. Now then, to do part 3, let us see what they are asking us. They are telling us that AC and BC are equal in length. Find an equation relating x and y and show that the equation that we find can be simplified to y equals to 2x minus. Basically they are telling us that when you form an equation, turn that equation into y equals to 2x minus 9. Alright, now then, how do we solve this? Let's see the first part of this question. They are telling us that AC and BC are equal in length. Alright, they are saying that if you find the distance of AC and BC, both of them will be equal in length. So then let us find the distance between AC and BC. Okay, so we can do AC first. AC is equals to under root x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. I'll take A as x1 and y1 and C as x2 and y2. Okay, let's do this. AC is equals to x2 is x and x1 is 1 and y2 is y, y1 is 3 squared. Okay, I'll leave this as is. Now then, let us find BC. BC is equals to under root x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. BC is now equals to under root. Let's make B as x1 and y1. Now then, BC, x2 is x, x1 is 9 squared plus y2 is y, minus 1 y1. So I can just write this as plus 1 because minus will become plus. So these are the two equations we have formed. Now then, we need to equate them both. So AC is equals to BC. Right? Now then, we know AC is under root x minus 1 square plus y minus 3 squared, and then BC is x minus 9 squared plus y plus 1 squared. Now what we can see here is that these under roots need to be removed. So what we can do is basically square both sides. This way the square roots will be removed. Now then, we need to open up these equations. As always, you need to remember the formula of a plus b squared, which is equals to a square plus 2ab plus b square. Alright, x is a, minus 1 is b. For the sake of not wasting time, I'll do this faster. If you want to do it yourself, you can pause the video and just plug this x as a, this minus 1 is b, and then like solve all of that here. Same for y is a, minus 3 is b, x is a, minus 9 is b, x is y plus 1 is b. Alright, okay, I'll just do this quickly here. X square minus 2x plus 1 plus y square minus 6y plus 9 equals to x square plus x square minus 18x plus 81 plus y square plus 2y plus 1. Now then, how about we take everything on the other side? X square, this x square will leave besides this, so x square minus x square. Now then, minus 2x plus 18x plus 1 minus 81 plus y square minus y square minus 6y minus 2y plus 9 minus 1 equals to 0. Now then, x square 0, y square minus y square 0. 18x minus 2x will become 16x. Now then, plus 1 minus 81 plus 9 minus 9. So then, if we resolve this, we can say 1 minus 81 plus 9 minus 1. This comes out as minus 72. And if we resolve this minus 6y minus 2y, it becomes minus 8y equals to 0. Now then, as they said, find an equation relating x and y. We just found an equation that relates x and y. Now, they're asking us to simplify this equation as y equals to 2x minus 9. So, what we can already see is that they want y on the other side of the equation. So, what I can do is take this y to this side, which will be 8y equals to 16x minus 72. Now then, what I can do is divide this whole equation by this 8. So I can just take this 8 to denominator, which will become 16x over 8 minus 72 over 8. So then y is now equals to 2x and 72 over 8 is 9. So this becomes as y equals to 2x minus 9, just like they wanted us to find. Okay then, here is another question from the year of 2018, May-June paper 11, question 5. Now then, let us see what this question is saying. It says the diagram shows a kite OABC in which AC is the line of symmetry. Now then, what is the line of symmetry? Basically, a line of symmetry is a line that divides a diagram into two equal halves. Basically, if I, like for example, draw a triangle and I draw a line from this point, what this line does, let's say this line is AO, so I can say this line AO is the line of symmetry as we know that this line will cut the triangle into two equal halves. Basically, the distance from here to O will be the same as the distance from O to this point. This means that AO is a line of symmetry cutting a diagram into two equal parts. Alright then, let's move on. It says coordinates of A and C are 0, 4 and 8, 0 respectively, and O is the origin. Basically, if O is the origin, you can say that the coordinates of O are 0, 0. Alright, now it is asking us to find the equations of AC and OB. So we can already see the line AC, but what about the line OB? Let's just create a line from O to B. See here, a line from O to B. Let's first find the equation of AC. Okay then, to find an equation of a line, we already know that there are few things we need to know about a line to find its equation. First, for at least one coordinate and then its gradient. Alright, so then let's find the gradient of the line AC. M of AC is equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So then we can say that x1 is 0, x2 y2 y1 is 4, x2 is 8, y2 is 0, thus y2 is now 0 minus 4 over 8 minus 0, so this becomes minus 4 over 8. So then you can say this, that the gradient of line AC is minus 1 over 2. Alright, now then let us use this gradient to find the equation. As we can use any one of these coordinates, either A or B. I'll use A, 0, 4, and the gradient is minus 1 over 2. Alright, let's plug it in the equation. For y, it is 4, m minus half into 0 plus c. Alright, x is 0, y is 4, gradient is minus 1 over 2. So then c is equals to 4 as this becomes 0. So the equation of the line is minus 1 over 2x plus, this is the equation of the line AC. However, what we can do is turn this equation into its normal form, which is ax plus by plus c. This is simple form, so then we can do that. What I can do is bring this 4 there. Y minus 4 equals to minus half x. Take this 2 over to that side. This becomes 2y minus 4 equals to minus x. This becomes 2y minus 4, not minus 4, minus 8. So and this becomes minus x. I can bring that x over to that side. X plus 2y minus 8 equals to 0. This is its normal form. And now it is asking us to find the equation of OB. Now then, there's an issue with OB. We do not know its gradient. We only know a single coordinate, which is what we need. But to find the gradient, we also need the coordinate B. However, we do not have that. So what do? We can see that as this is a kite, so this line will be 90 degree with the line AC. You should do your research. It will tell you that the line OB will always be perpendicular to the line AC in a kite. It told us that it is a kite, by the way. So then what? Now that we know that these two lines are perpendicular to each other, so what I can say is m of AC into m of OB is equals to minus 1. Alright, this way I can find the gradient of OB because I already know the gradient of AC. So then let us find the equation of OB. Let's say m of AC into m of OB equals to minus 1. We know that the m of AC is minus half, so I can say minus half m of OB equals to minus 1. This 2 goes there, minus 1 goes below, so this becomes m of OB equals to 2. Alright, now then, we know the gradient of the line OB, and we have one of its coordinates which is 0, 0. So I can use this to find the equation of the line y equals to mx plus c. Y is 0, m is 2, x is also 0 plus c. So c comes out as 0. This becomes y equals to 2x. This is the equation of this line. Yes, I know it is weird. It only has x and no other constant. But this is what happens when a line starts from the origin. Alright then. Now that we are finished with part I, let us do part 2. It is asking us to find the coordinates of B. Now then, how do we find the coordinates of B? What we can do is, as we know that this line AC basically divides this kite into two equal parts as it is the line of symmetry. So what does this mean? This means that this point will be the midpoint of the line OB. It will be the midpoint of the line OB. What is a midpoint? Basically, we already know that as it is a midpoint, that the distance from here to here and the here to here will be same. Alright, it is cutting it equally. So what we first need to do is that we need to find the midpoint. Now then, how will we find the midpoint without the other coordinate? What we can do is find this point using simultaneous equations. You probably know that if we solve two equations simultaneously, we will find the coordinate where these two lines are intersecting with each other. Basically, as the line AC and the line OB are intersecting each other at this point M. So how do I find this point M? Basically, we solve the equations of line AC and OB simultaneously. Let me show you what I mean by that. We have the equation of the line, let's say, okay, let me use this one as it will be easier for me. We have this equation, alright, for the line AC, and then I have the equation for the line OB. Now, how do I find the coordinates of M? We have to solve this simultaneously. How do we solve this simultaneously? Basically, we replace this y with 2x. Basically, we substitute one equation into another. We make y, here y is independent. So what we do is substitute y into the other equation. So in place of y, I can write 2x. 2x equals to minus half x plus 4. Now I can bring that half x to that side. So this becomes 2x plus half x equals to 4. Now then, if you equate this, this becomes 2 2s are 4, because denominator needs to become same. So this becomes 4 plus 1, that is 5. Let me show you. 2x into 2 over 2 plus x equals to 4. So this comes out as 5x over 2 equals to 4. This 2 can be brought there. 5x equals to 4 into 2. 5x equals to 8. X equals to 8 over 5. This becomes 1.6. So basically the x coordinate of M is 1.6. Now then, to find the y coordinates, you can use either of these equations. All you have to do is plug in 1.6 in one of these x's to find the y. I'll plug that in this equation. I'll plug the x value in this equation. You can try it yourself. By plugging the x in this equation, you will get the same y value. So y is equals to 2 into 1.6, as the equation was 2x. 2 into 1.6 comes out as 3.2. So the M coordinates are 1.6 and 3.2. Now then, how am I supposed to use this M coordinate to find the B? Alright, as I already told you, that is symmetrical. So if I say that the distance from OM is the same as distance from OB, you will agree with me. So how am I supposed to use the formula of midpoint? Let us write the formula of midpoint first. We already know that x1 plus x2 over 2 into y plus y1 plus y2 over 2 is the formula of midpoint. Now I already know that this will be equals to 1.6 and 3.2, right? Because this is the midpoint. Basically, if you resolve this, you would have gotten this answer, right? That is why you can equate them both. Now then, we know that this x1 plus x2 over 2 gave us 1.6. So what I can say is x1 plus x2 over 2 is equals to 1.6. Now then, we have one of the x1 values, which is 0, because of the o, right? This o can be used, as this o would have helped us finding the midpoint if we had the b as well. So you can say that x1 is 0 plus x2 over 2 into 1.6. Now then, all you have to do is bring this 2 over to this side. X2 is equals to 1.6 into 2. So x2 becomes 1.6 into 2. This is 3.2, right? We found the x coordinates of b. Now then, to find the y coordinates, what all I have to do is equate y1 plus y2 over 2 to 3.2. So let's do this here. y1 plus y2 over 2